Now what I'd like to do is to make a favorite sculpture of mine. You know that I've gone beyond the animals some years ago when I got fed up with these simple balloon animals, the poodle dog and the rat, and I could do a giraffe like nobody, and elephant, turtles. And it started to move a little bit for me, the sculptures did. They started to assume all kinds of under and over the counter shapes, you know. And what should I know? I finally, of course, have mastered the 7-balloon Balloonman launch. So I guess I've just about done everything. Well, you never know whether you're gonna end up here or whether you're gonna end up there, you know. Wasn't that long ago before I was a punk Washington High Truman kid. Fingers on the chair for emphasis. Yes, and it started out hair dye day. Laddie Mears, along with a few other braves, started it. Punk Washington High Truman kids. Dyed his hair pure yellow, Laddie Mears. Sissy, sissy, sissy. Yeah, but he knew who he was. A punk. Why did he do it? Who knows? Here we got a rabbit, fish, and a boxing glove. Back to the U-balloon, which was the horizontal. When Laddie Mears dyed his hair pure yellow, an amplified guitar, wrist spikes, a joint, or a snoopful of snort were not even near or around the corner. And that sample 100-degree turnaround from expected routine raised our natural rebellious spirit against the order of things, I'll tell you that. The word was out every Friday, something different. Next Friday, pajama top day. I wore my newest blue pajamas. Pajamas, pajamas, I wore my blue pajamas. On Punk Washington High School Day, Truman years, Truman days. That's who we were, Punk Washington High Truman kids. Yeah, you mentioned Boots Pooh. But that's it. Top and bottom pajamas I wore that day. Cold but very cool. How I got out of the house wearing pajamas, I don't remember. Of course, I knew how to hide a quart of beer for lunch in my coat, so I had methods. Next Friday, we dressed in gangster outfits. Gangster Day, you betcha. Washington Punk Truman days. You betcha. Back when we punks were the punks. And we knew where it was coming from and going, because we were right in the center of everything that happens when you're growing up as a punk. Everything revolves around punks, kids, babies formerly, kids who are going to carry on the future generation, and maybe things are going to be better. They're going to get the things right. Kids, our kids, you bet you. Yeah. Friday we dressed in those gangster outfits, you betcha. Probably an unconscious metaphor preparing for future white-collar crimes by the middle class. Gangster Day, wore our gangster outfit, you bet. Our gangs took over the hallways between classes, hassling ourselves. Hey, Big Nose, you fill that full of nickels and blow it up and everybody will be rich. Oh, boy, we knew where it was. We knew the jokes. We were witty. We were fast. Because we were being treated as though that we were the most important creatures that there were, going to school and getting educated. The kids, the punk kids, the punk kids, the punk kids, the punk kids, the Washington Truman days. We punk kids. Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Our gang, we took over the hallways. Oh, we were crazy, I'll tell you. And before Mr. Smith, our principal, put a stop to it, forcing us back to sailing paper airplanes out homeroom window, we even went so far as to stuff little Robert Salmy, sporting shades, wearing his Glen plaid double-breasted black shirt and shimmy shake hand-painted silk tie. And we slid him into a hallway, out of the hallway, in a garbage can, into the girls' restroom. Sure, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, well, sure, why? Well, why not? To get a report, that's why. There's wild things going on. Changing world, by golly. So one might ask, what was wrong with our parental instilled sense of propriety? Was theirs a trend to rebellion after World War II for we Washington High Truman kids? Some sort of a rebellious order that was beginning to take place already? A order of things changing, a world war introduced, after all, victory and its rich spoils and the spillover soil, the humble depression, hard-working mentality into the Truman Washington High School kid bunks. Well, who knows? Where am I going? What's happening? Am I all right? Have I collected my thoughts? Am I totally memorized and on plan and right on schedule? Is the deadline being met? Have I finally got it together? Do I have it so defined and orderly that even the most topical of people would now find themselves wanting to read the books written by this most successful creature that is now got it together and has things going in a straightforward, memorized... But who knows? Who knows why the, where's this voice go? Why the, where did that develop? Where did that come from? I don't know. I like the sound of it. When I was back in the punk days, I don't think I ever, why sounded like, you know that? I think it's something you develop when you start to lose your sensibility about making impressions on people. Or think, why? Who would talk like, I never knew it'd turn out this way. I just had no sensibility about it. I just didn't figure I'd be living like I'm living now. And I was out of that Truman, Washington High punk kid days, you know. Too much time on an urban kid's state of nothing to do, constructively idle hands to manually help the city family's progress by actually farming the what? Farming the streets? Oh, yes, farming the streets. That's a good one. But only make sure that you keep that written down and never erase that from anything that you've ever written before, because it's dynamite, man. But who knows, seriously? Who knows what specific thing changes the social system in a constant state of preordained change anyway? Only a 900-pound gorilla inseminated from future space, and you don't ask them many questions anyway, you know what I mean? But we were the reckless precursors, that's what we were. We punk Washington, Truman High School Washington years kids. Got that mixed up, didn't you? Sure, but the brain ain't like it. No, it isn't, but you got to still pretend. Yes, that's right. You haven't made it yet. You got to even be sharper in some way, even though it's all... But anyway, going somewhere... we did it. We are the ones that produced the producers, and they produced us out of that Washington punk Truman years. Mm-hmm, sure. And now look at us. We cater to our kids, and get a cades, well, a cades too. What the heck? I mean, if I said it, I said it. I bet there's some culture where a cade is a kid and a kid is a cade. You never know. They're called googs in some climates, I understand. The googs. System sells out to the googs, the kids, so that they will buy. B-U-Y. Buy. The kids, that's what we do. We cater to the kids, so they buy. And what do they know? The kids. The googs, what do they know anyway? Except how to spill pollen in a dirty dance on a rumble seat floor. And bye. Kids, oh yes. We were the late 40s and early 50s, wild Washington High Truman kids. That's the squeak of the balloon. It all occurs so rapidly, even that's hard for me to keep track of it. I had no idea that it was going to happen to me like this. I didn't know. I didn't think I was quite capable, very frankly, of developing such a high-powered dynamite act as rabbit with a small head.